Good morning, everybody, and welcome to today's tropical update. So, we finally have Tropical Depression 5 that has formed in the north central Atlantic, and as of 5 a.m. Atlantic Standard Time, Thursday, September the 1st, Tropical Depression 5 has maximum sustained winds of 35 miles per hour and is barely moving with east-northeast movement at 2 miles per hour. We continue to watch Invest 91L, which continues to have a 60% chance of tropical cyclone formation over the next 48 hours and an 80% chance of tropical cyclone formation over the next 5 days. And the system in the eastern Atlantic over the Cape Verde Islands has just a 30% chance of tropical cyclone formation over the next 2 to 5 days. So looking at satellite imagery of Invest 91L is starting to struggle with dry air. As you can see, the storms are rapidly dissipating as they move into this area right here around the center. And that's because some dry air has infiltrated the storm. And because of that, I think that development is not going to occur for at least the next 24 to 48 hours until we can get some of this dry air to move out of the area. Looking at the wind shear map, it's actually not dealing with that much wind shear right now around the center. As it continues to move through this narrow corridor of light wind shear with strong shear to the north and the south. But eventually, it'll have to move through this area of unfavorable wind shear, and once it gets through there, it'll go into another area of favorable wind shear north of the Hispaniola, Puerto Rico, and the Leeward Islands. So I don't really expect much strengthening until it moves through this area. Although, now looking at the forecast tracks, it's now looking more and more likely that Invest 91L is going to be a fish storm missing all land, as all the models are curving it north of the Lesser Antilles, Puerto Rico, northeast of Hispaniola, and now well southeast of Bermuda. So as of right now, Invest 91L is a threat to no land. Looking at the intensity models, like I said, a lot of these models want to make it a tropical storm over the next 24 to 48 hours, but I think it's going to wait till at least 48 hours to become a tropical storm, and a lot of the models want to take it to hurricane status within the next 4 to 5 days. I think that this has a better chance of strengthening in the next 4 to 6 days, as it'll encounter a more favorable background state. Now, looking at Typhoon Hinnamnor, is about to stall out almost for the next couple of days southeast of Taiwan, and it still looks impressive on satellite imagery. Although we've had a bit of dry air intrude from the north, and that is starting to affect the system. As you can see, the eye is starting to really fall apart, and the convection is struggling to maintain itself on the north side because of the dry air intrusion. So this will help to weaken Hinnamnor quite a bit, I think, over the next couple of days before it starts to finally move northwest and then north. And looking at the Japanese Hurricane Center equivalent, is expected to stall between today and September the 3rd, weakening from 120 knots as of the current update to 100 knots, and then is expected to make a landfall around Ishikajima, and is expected, unfortunately, to possibly strengthen a little bit as it begins to move north again, making landfall probably as a 105 knot typhoon, which would be the equivalent of a 120 mile per hour Category 3 hurricane. And this would happen sometime between September the 3rd and probably the 4th. And then is expected to move a little bit east of China and Shanghai by September the 5th, as a 105 knot typhoon, and then is expected to go very near Busan in South Korea by September the 6th. So as it stalls out, I think there could be some big time flooding issues across Ishikajima and the other southern Japanese islands, possibly Taiwan as well, maybe portions of the northeastern Philippines even. So I'm going to continue to watch these storms for you guys to see if any of these are going to impact any land, especially Typhoon Hinnamnor. Thanks for watching today's tropical update and have a wonderful day, my friends.